Subscribe to my channel now. Remember to subscribe to my channel. See you. Okay, let's annoy the scammer. Let's annoy this fucking shit scammer, Richard Simcott. He is on live stream now. I waited a little bit because last time he did not respond immediately because he said that he don't respond in start of the live stream or something like that. I want to annoy him and just wait. I look here, this one. This apply to study a language with me. Let's try to ask him how much he take for this one because he don't say how much he take. Let's try to ask him how much he take for his study a language bullshit.
Feel free to use them. It's quite a good deal. You get $15 for basically just using a code that I've been given and a link, and that's pretty cool. So anyway, I'm going to have a look through the questions. I can see there are quite a lot of questions already in, so I want to try and get to them. I hope I sort of set the scene well enough for you. Good morning, nice to see you. You find it dry, James? Yeah, Duolingo can. I mean, my experience so far has been, wow, I'm spending quite a lot of time on the same kind of stuff that I possibly would have just gone over in a few minutes. That was kind of a bit of my feeling. Not that I would necessarily remember it all, but I'm used to covering more ground and then revising. Whereas in Duolingo, I'm kind of like sticking with the same things for a longer period of time, I guess. And yeah, that's kind of a bit weird, but I'll give it a fair chance and see how it gets on, how I get on with it. You like how Duolingo teaches the Mandarin characters? Okay, that's cool. I've looked a little bit. I've been playing with it for the past. Anyone who's on the app may have noticed that before I started this whole Swahili thing, I was playing with the app for about a week. So I've been playing with it with a few languages I've studied before or I'm studying at the moment, and wanted to just see if they would help me revise. It started with actually the Scottish Gaelic one, because I've been studying Scottish Gaelic for about a year and a bit, and I decided that well, I heard actually that the recordings were particularly good because they were recorded by people in the Gaelic speaking community, and so I wanted to try and improve my ability to reproduce the sounds of Gaelic, and also to be able to read it more authentically, because I find it challenging actually with Gaelic. And also I've been doing some Irish, and I found that the Irish has actually been has had quite an impact on my Scottish Gaelic, which is supposed to be not really a shock because the two languages are related, and but it turns out that sometimes what I do is I have this sort of Irish accent coming out on my Scottish Gaelic, which is a bit weird, and my teacher noted it the other day and said, yeah, it's very quite Irishified, your Gaelic. And I was like, it's because there are more resources and I see more Irish than I do Gaelic, unfortunately, and that's possibly the reason why. But anyway, I started with that, and then I started also looking at a few other things. I had a quick look at the Chinese as well, and Japanese, and Korean, and yeah, they're fun to kind of go through as a revision for now. But learning it is a bit different. Like learning a new language like Swahili is a bit different. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. Many people got into language learning because of it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's why I think it's great. I mean, I don't think I'll ever badmouth Duolingo at all, for what it's done to bring people into the language learning community and to get people into learning. I think that the gamification clearly works for a lot of people. I think that it can be quite a nice, gentle way into language learning. My my only sort of negative criticism of it is I don't like the the sort of the crying owl in my inbox, and I don't like the negativity of these sort of big X's when you get something wrong, and the sort of the noise, the loud noise that comes with it, this type noise in the app. I just find it unnecessary and unhelpful. Personally, it puts me off, and it makes me not want to use it, especially the crying owl. It makes me really not want to use it. I hate things like that. I think that using that kind of sort of that kind of technique for me just doesn't work. I also am not a big fan of these streaks that people talk about, and I know some people love them, and if that's you, that's fine. I personally really don't like them. So sometimes I will deliberately break a streak because it almost feels like a superstitious luck thing of if you break it, then it's not going to happen, it's not going to work for you. Whereas I'm not a superstitious person, and so I I kind of deliberately break it. So yeah, so there we go. That's kind of where I stand on those things. Um, but otherwise, I won't. I mean, I would never talk particularly badly about the app generally. I think that it's done a lot of good. As far as I'm concerned, it's more of a force for good in language learning than it is a force for bad. Um, uh, there are definitely things out there that I wouldn't use because I think that they go against the natural way of learning and taking advantages of, for example, the ability to read and write a language. Um, I'm more for courses and applications that will make use of all of the senses and all of an adult human being's abilities that they've learned so far. So I think that it's quite useful to see all of that in Duolingo, and so I can't go against it for all of those reasons. Hey Richard, hola kala ευχαριστώ. Και εσύ? Fluency means for me a B2 plus in terms of speaking. Okay, if it means that for you, Heidel Boam, if it means that for you, that's great. It's a very subjective thing, the whole thing of fluency. I just took an arbitrary thing for what it could mean after a month of study. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm happy with whatever people want to think of fluency as being. It doesn't really change anything in terms of we're always going to have different opinions. My personal take is that fluency occurs at different stages in different ways. So you can know something really, really well and be fluent in those circles of knowledge. And then you can know more and your fluency grows with the amount you practice those additional circles of knowledge, and you start connecting them and combining them. And so I would tend to agree with you that what most people think about as fluent in terms of being able to work in a language, to study in a language, I would agree that that's around about the B2 level. Yes, I would agree with you on that. I also believe that you can be fluent in what you need. So, for example, I mean, if I go to Greece, my Greek isn't. I would never normally describe my Greek as fluent, but certainly when I go there, I don't have recourse to speak English with the locals. I can get about quite easily and happily in Greek, using kind of a fluent B1-ish level of Greek, and it works quite well. A similar thing with Turkish. I would never describe myself as fluent necessarily, but it's certainly enough to do what I need to do. If I compare it to other languages, I definitely do have a higher level in, where really no topic is off limits for me. then yeah, I mean, if I make those comparisons, then of course, you know, it's all relative, right? Let me see. I had a Duolingo for a long time when I first wanted to get into language, and then I had over 200 crowns and a lot of XP, but outside of the app, I couldn't say or understand anything. Interesting you say that. I've heard a few people say that. A few people have said, you know, it depends on the language and it depends on which one you're doing and what you're trying to say. But yeah, I have heard that before as well. I do question when I see these silly memes of, you know, the green owl sits on the purple donkey or whatever, you know. I mean, just make up your own random strange phrase. I do wonder what the point of that is. I'm guessing there's a kind of a grammatical reasoning behind it where you can combine things and then substitute out words. But I think for the general user of the app, for like the average user, I think that's possibly not the most beneficial type of example to be drilling. But I do see that kind of thing, and it's a bit weird, and I can see how that would lead to not speaking the language at the end of it. What are the first 5 phrases or words one ought to learn in a new language? I've learnt hello and thank you in 112 languages, and now I want to add maybe welcome and what else. Okay, so David, it's weird to it is weird to sort of name them in 112, and I can't give you one word that potentially would be probably good and bad would be good. Generally speaking, the only issue is with translating words is that some languages don't use thank you in like common. It's like not very common to say thank you. So it's in English. It is in English. It's like seen as one of the core things that you say. But in some languages, it's not that common. Even hello. I mean, you know, if you listen to people who learn Chinese and talk about Chinese, and they say, well, how do you say hello in Chinese, right? And they say ni hao. Ni hao is hello, and then you say, how do you say how are you? And you say ni hao ma. But what people say is "samyang," like what's going on, or "trilama," have you eaten? And they would be more of a more common greeting. And of course, if you ask somebody how to say hello, they're not necessarily going to come back to you and say "trilama," have you eaten? They're going to come back with "ni hao" because that's what it is. I mean, literally, you good. So and then also with my example of good and bad in Chinese, that would possibly be quite brutal to say bad. If you were to just say it like in English, you say how are you feeling, good or bad. If you say bad, it wouldn't be appropriate in a lot of situations in some Asian languages. So unfortunately, your question, as simple as you may feel it sounds, is actually quite involved, because there's a lot of cultural complexity that comes into play when you talk about the types of words you'd learn. And that's why when people talk about, you know, the most common words that you hear, and I think it's more appropriate, like kind of, this is what I liked about Speakly, is that they took words and phrases that were used most commonly in normal everyday situations. And that's kind of why it worked for me to go and then do an interview after a month, because I was saying very ordinary, common, daily things that people would say in Estonia. And so that helped. It really helped. So sorry, David, that I don't have a very sort of good answer for you. Unfortunately, that's why. I hope I at least explained it properly, that you get what I mean. What's my favorite color? Kevin, my favorite color is actually, I love copper, the color of copper. That's my favorite color. So yeah, I like that kind of, and like a sort of a bronze and copper colors. I love those colors. They're kind of very autumnal, and I love that. I think Babel does a better for me because it's more meaningful and realistic input. Yeah, it's interesting you say about Babel. I think Babel is the one that my friend Robin McPherson uses as well, and he swears by it. He loves Babel. He says he I think he used it for Italian a lot, and he said he found it really, really useful. Okay, let me see. Forgot what time the stream was and was watching your Swahili video, but this came up on recommended. Okay, wow, thank you. It's good that you made it. Yeah, you can always go back and put on pause. You can put the video on pause, watch that. Absolutely, yeah, fantastic. I'm glad you made it. Cześć, cześć, ahoy, zdravo, привет, hey, hello, ciao. Wow, okay, you're going through a lot of these here, Irene. Thank you very much. Namaste, ni hao, xia. Okay, wow. There's one I don't even know in there that I don't know. Wow, impressive. Okay, bravo. Thank you very much. Let me see. I will join you on studying Swahili. Inga, I'm so glad. That's so cool. So glad you're joining me. Yeah, I knew I could count on you for joining me with this. Yeah, you've been doing some Duolingo as well, and I had an italki lesson that you weren't happy with the teacher. Well, I can definitely recommend Glory. She's great. Glory is wonderful. She's really, really nice and very friendly, and super, super engaged and engaging. She, yeah, really liked Glory. Let me see. Hey, Scammer King, how much do you charge for your language course that you say is not a course? I don't charge anything because I don't have a language course. But good luck. um, what's this? What are these? Yeah, exactly. I was wondering that as well. I'm trying a new method, studying 5 languages, spending about 15 a day on each through Duolingo. Have you ever tried such a method? What are your thoughts? 5 new languages. It feels like a lot. 15 minutes a day. If you enjoy it, the main thing is, right, you enjoy what you're doing, and for me, I think that's the important thing. It's the journey that's important, because we don't necessarily need to speak X number of languages. So, I mean, no one really comes along and sort of gives you a prize for doing this. It's something you do because you want to. If the more languages you do, the less time you have, obviously, to think about each individual one. There's only so much you can do, in each individual language. So, I would say go for it if that's what you want to do. And it depends on your goal. If your goal is to actually make quite rapid progress in a language, then you may want to do fewer. But look, I mean, horses for courses, and I think whatever you feel works for you. If you feel that it's moving too slowly in terms of progress, then you could switch one out. It depends what level you want to get to and how much time you want to spend getting to it as well. So Inga, I have tried many languages on Duolingo, and the course is very, because a lot of quality. Some are rubbish, some are quite good. Thank you, Inga. I love it. A lot of people dismiss Duolingo based on the fact that it doesn't make you fluent, but I'd question if any single resource can achieve that. Yeah, I mean, look, it gives you some insight into the language, right? So why not? Thank you. I've done some. How you? Yeah, exactly. Similar idea. Yeah. I use Duolingo as relaxing with a game. Yeah, I think some people do like that gaming, the gaming stuff, right? With it, it's that because of playing a game and accessing new levels and sort of getting inside rewards inside the game. So I get that. I do. It's not my thing personally. I much prefer just how it makes me feel studying. I enjoy seeing connections between languages. That's kind of my thing. But yeah, I can understand why other people do feel that it's nice to get the gamification of it. It's an spiral as many languages and relationships come with a basic introduction conversation skills. Okay, it's interesting. Um, I started studying a number of languages on Duolingo. I don't use it and focus. Okay. Oh my word. Just a second. Okay. Sorry, but here we go. Duolingo keeps you regular. Keeps you regular. I don't. Oh, I see what you mean, David. I think I was thinking something else when you said keeps you regular. So you're not eating the owl, are you? Um, off topic, but my mother texted me saying there was a guy on about languages on TV when she saw your interview in Ireland AM, and he realised it meant okay when I saw your video. Oh wow, okay, that's cool that your mum saw that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun actually. Okay. Oh, it just shows up on videos. Okay. I'm trying to. Okay, I think this. Mm, okay. How many italki lessons will you have a week? So I'm going to do 2 lessons a week on italki for this. 2 lessons a week, and yeah, uh, very excited actually to practice twice a week. I think it's a lot of fun, and yeah, very happy to be doing it. It looks pretty exciting. So here we go. Um, let me see. YouTube. Let me see. There's, what? Um, um, wow. Let's see. Mm. Oh dear. Sorry. 1 second. I'm getting some. Yeah. Okay. Right. Sorry about this. Some technical difficulties here, but it seems to be. I hope that you can. Can you all hear me? Okay. Keep getting weird notifications. Okay. Okay. I think I'm going to move on. I can see a lot of conversations going on in between people here on YouTube. So I'll go on to Instagram and see if I can answer any other questions. So Irene, you don't like Duolingo, okay? Like the Latin application for Chinese, okay? Is your Estonian TV interview on YouTube? Actually, do you know what? Somebody asked me that, and I don't think I have it on YouTube. Um, it was on an Estonian news outlet, and I'll have to see if I can find it. I don't know if I'm able to do it in the same way. Some countries will allow you, well, sort of, they will, yeah, they don't mind you putting it up as long as you're not sort of monetizing it and things, because it's kind of fair play to the copyright. But other countries are stricter, so I've not tried it, and I know that sort of the UK generally is more lenient with that kind of thing. They don't, as long as you're not sort of passing it off as your own thing. It's just you're showing it. But I mean, you know, I'll have a look and see if I can find it. Okay. Στα γερμανικά με γερμανικό για μία ώρα. Τι είναι αυτό? Okay. Okay. Θα μπορούσες να στα γερμανικά με Γερμανό για μία ώρα. Με ποιον? Δεν ξέρω. Δεν το έβλεπα, νομίζω. Αυτό είναι κάτι, μία κομμάδα. Δεν ξέρω. How long can you speak to a German how long can you speak in German with native Germans? Because I used to live in Germany and work in German, so all day. Okay. Okay. Right. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go back to Instagram just to check on the questions. I think, unfortunately, it's gone a bit crazy on there. Let me see. Hello from Azerbaijan. Hello, nice to see you. It was good to talk to you from Azerbaijan, actually, this morning. Really enjoyed the session. Thank you. And let me see. Who came from Aslan? Oh, wow. Okay. Nice to see you all coming in from this morning. Thank you for joining and for following. Really, really appreciate it. I enjoyed the session with Aslan a lot this morning. So today I was talking on a Polyglot show, which was in Azerbaijan, and we were answering questions about language learning, and it was actually really, really enjoyable. A lot of really nice questions, kind of similar things that we do here, and it was nice because I got to hear Azeri, and I got to hear what I was saying in English and in Azeri. I don't speak Azeri myself. I do understand it to a fair level because I was Turkish, but yeah, it's pretty cool. ¿Cuál tipo de música te gusta? A mí me gusta todo. La verdad es que, pues a ver, pop, rock, todo. La verdad es que no tengo así un tipo, así en plan, que me gusta más, pero sí que me gusta la música en general. How's my Korean project going? So, Korean, I started last year, and I was planning to do 1 year of Korean. So I hit a bit of some things were going on in, when was it? Sort of the start of the year, after the first month, and it kind of threw me off for a couple of months. And then I started again, and I found a group on Clubhouse, and then we sort of ended up in this whole lockdown and COVID stuff. And I decided that I was going to be focusing on languages that I could study that I wouldn't normally get to study. So I started doing things like that, which was really cool. But with Korean, I carried on. I didn't drop it. I did drop Persian because I had started learning Persian. I did drop Persian, and I carried on with Korean. And I kind of decided that I would simply continue with with my Korean and treat it as something that I would do constantly, and sort of hopefully improve over a longer period of time and get used to the different sounds and the different qualities of language. And so it's taken a long time. So I've got to, I'm almost a year later, and I really can't say very much in Korean at all. So I've been doing it for a year, and my Korean's not even at A1 level. I'm not able to say very much of anything. Like if you were to talk to me in Korean now, I'd be fairly lost. And yeah, I mean, I could read you a passage. If I saw a text, I could read out the Korean, and I could recognize some words. Of course, it's not that I don't know anything, but I wouldn't be able to have any type of a meaningful conversation in Korean at all. No, and it's a year later, so it takes time. Yeah, Persian hard. Persian takes time. It's quite weird. With I'm just gonna 1 second. One of the things with Persian is that there are a number of languages like Persian that have got a number of words that have infiltrated other languages and been sort of taken on. So with Persian in particular, there are a number of words that exist in Turkish that are from Persian, and some Persian words and Arabic words also are combined. Some Arabic words that I knew from my studies of Arabic, even though I didn't get very far with Arabic. I saw in Persian too, and also Persian is an Indo-European language, so it doesn't feel so far away. But I didn't get very far at all with it. I maybe did a month of Persian, and as I say, I sort of when I sort of got to the end of the month, kind of the world changed really, and so I didn't go back to it, and I didn't go back to it very consciously, and I do want to study Persian again at some point, but I decided that I would take the advantages of the COVID situation, in that with COVID in the world, there aren't many advantages to COVID, but one of the things that came of everything moving online was that I got to study on courses that usually I wouldn't get to study. So that started with a course in Kristang. I had a course in Kristang that actually I think that was just slightly before COVID, when we just started hearing about it. So Kristang, and then there was a course in North Sami that I did, and then I did a course in Scots, and then I signed up for courses in some of the Celtic languages. So I've been studying Celtic languages for a year and a half, and I've been enjoying those. And yeah, I mean, like Cornish, for example, I can say a lot more in Cornish. But it also means that, as I was saying before, when you add more languages, you also halve the amount of time that you get. And so I think that also had an impact on Korean as well, that I was splitting my time. And naturally, when you split your time, you split your energy, and you split your ability to think in different languages. So that also had an impact on Korean. And so I accept that, and I'm happy with how that turned into a reevaluation of those things. What's your next Cornish exam, and are you planning on taking it? Yes, I am. So I'm planning on taking Cornish grade 2 in just before the summer. So I'm working towards that now. I'm not sort of rushing ahead with this at a crazy rate. It's quite a nice pace, and I enjoy it very much. I enjoy learning Cornish. I enjoy interacting with the community. It's a very open and nice community online, and I feel like the Cornish language community has really taken advantage of the opportunities that have arisen as a result of going online so much more, and I definitely want to carry on with it. Is there what's this one? I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what that is. Sorry, not sure what that is. Yeah, there are. I think clearly, with a language like Cornish, for me, having Cornish Beamish. Oh, okay. Is that the drink, the beer? Is that what that is? The Beamish one, Cornish. I found that with Cornish, for example, it's way more accessible to me than say Korean, and obviously the reason is that with a language like Cornish, I've quite literally been able to read it straight away. I have a number of words that are automatically understandable to me because of Welsh, and it's pretty much phonetic. I mean, you write it as you speak, pretty much with Cornish. Whereas with Korean, this is one of the things that I found is, oh, Breton. Sorry, Breton. I couldn't. Sorry, I was like reading it as something completely different. So when I first was told about Korean and that the alphabet's really easy, you learn it and you can read and write it very quickly. Actually, it's not entirely true, as I found out. There are certain sound changes that you have to make with Korean, that you have to make them into kind of, you pronounce it as a double consonant if it comes before something else, and sometimes the consonants swap over to the next vowel cluster or whatever it is. So it kind of isn't always as easy as people sort of said to me. But yeah, Breton, David, a lot of people do say that once you've done Cornish, you get this appetite to learn Breton. Maybe in the future, maybe. At the moment, I've sort of signed up for a few things and I've looked at a few things in Breton, but I've not taken it on as a serious project or anything like that yet. So, I mean, it's pretty, as I say, it takes time to, it takes time to sort of get into new language. And I think that with a language like Breton, after doing Welsh and then Cornish, naturally, they're all related languages. Okay. Do you think that languages with the Latin Roman alphabet are easier for you to learn? Some people say Korean is easier to read. This is where I don't know if I agree. I think it's easier for me to visualize Latin script naturally, because it's the first one I learned. Korean script to learn to read it isn't a huge issue, but it's not as simple as people have told me. There are some strange things that you need to take into consideration when you're learning vocabulary or reading things in a fluent manner. And it takes time. It takes a lot of practice. There are different languages use the Roman or Latin script differently. So, for example, I find reading Irish or Scottish Gaelic in a kind of in a correct and authentic way in dialogues or texts, I find quite challenging, because they don't always correspond to how I would imagine they correspond to the sounds in other languages I speak that use the same alphabet. Maybe that's partly on me. So I still find that challenging. With Cornish, it's pretty much I can read it, and pretty much anything in Cornish, and it's not an issue because it's written in a pretty phonetical way. I mean, the correspondence between the written language and the spoken languages is very close. Welsh is pretty similar in that way. Languages like Spanish, German, Dutch, they're all pretty much what you say, what you see is what you say. Languages like English or French can be challenging for those kinds of things for many learners. So yeah, I mean, it depends on the language. So I wouldn't say 100% that a script necessarily dictates how easy or hard a language is. I do think that if you're learning a language that has a different script, it can make it more challenging to recognize the script and to visualize the words, for example, especially if they use a very different cursive. Like, I've heard people say that about the Slavic script, that they find the cursive a little bit challenging, and also with like Hebrew and such, the cursive script is quite different. For me personally, I mean, the daily script that I would look at mostly in documents would be in Cyrillic. So yeah, definitely I'm very at home with the Cyrillic alphabet and also the Latin. They're the ones that I feel most comfortable with. But there are other alphabets that I've studied, and I definitely think that they bring challenges, additional challenges, even if they're straightforward, as people say with Korean. They definitely do bring their own challenges, especially in the beginning.
Just some fucking asshole, and all the people there, or most of the people there on the live stream, is working with him. And this one, Morzal Gaire, he will ask him something in Swedish end of the live stream, because there's some people working with this asshole. So they will ask him something in Swedish or German or French or Spanish or Portuguese or some language. They're working with him and they already prepare some questions. Before the live stream, they prepare some questions that they will ask him end of the live stream. Same like last time I showed his live stream. There are some fucking shit people working with him. There's some fucking shit people on the live stream working together with Richard Simcott. Always end of the live stream, they will ask him few questions in different language. And those questions, they already prepare it together. They already prepared those questions and answers together before the live stream. And same time he read the question, he can also read the answer. It's just some fake bullshit. They just prepare some questions for the live stream. Those people working with him, they prepare some questions for the live stream that they will ask him end of the live stream in different languages. And he already have the answer of those questions. And he will just read it from the computer. Same time when he read the questions, then he will also read the answers. And he already practiced those questions and answers before the live stream. And you could see those people were the people who were attacking me. Like this Morzal Gaire was one of the people attacking me. But I blocked the other people attacking me. I know most of them are working with him. That's why they attack me. And I look, this other guy, he also has, there's another guy I also text on the live stream. He have a Polyglot channel like that. Most of them are working with him or also have some language channel or Polyglot channel. Just some fucking asshole people. And I don't care about those fucking shitholes who will say that what I'm saying is not correct. Because I know those fucking shitholes who are scammers or supporting the scammers or working with the scammers. They will say what I'm saying is not correct. They will say it's not true. They will say it's not true that they will say it's not true those people are working with him. They will say it's not true they're working with him. They will say it's not true that they have some questions that they practice together. They will ask him end of the live stream, but I know those people are working with him, and end of the live stream they will ask him some questions in different languages that they practice together. Those fucking shitholes. He just asked him something simple. He only asked him something very simple in Swedish. And I think they have already practice this question together before the live stream. He say here, "Hi Richard, jag har svårt att prata på svenska, men jag förstår jättebra svenska. Vad gör du för att förbättra din svenska?" Only he tell him, "Hi Richard, I have difficulties speaking Swedish, but I understand good Swedish. What should I do to improve my Swedish?" Like he's telling him that he is having problem when he want to speak in Swedish, but he can understand good Swedish. And then he asked him what should he do to improve his Swedish when he is going to speak. But I don't really fucking care about this question. What I'm very sure about, very sure about, is that this person is working with Richard Simcott. That's why he was also defending Richard Simcott and attacking me, because he's working with Richard Simcott. And before the live stream, they already planned together that he will ask him this question. Before the live stream, he already planned with him that he will ask him this question on the live stream, and maybe some other people will ask him questions in different language. They already planned it together with him, and he already know the answers, and he already have the questions and answers on his computer. He would just look and read the questions and the answers on his computer. because those people, or many of those people on the live stream, they're working with him. Many of those people on the live stream, they're working with him already before the live stream. They practice together some questions and some answers in different languages that they will ask him end of the live stream. They're all scammers working together, those fucking shithole, fucking shit scammers. Just some bullshit, man. And there's one guy who's working with him. He asked him something in Swedish. They planned together. Just some fucking asshole. Just some fucking asshole shithole. The whole live stream he's speaking in English. And then now there was one guy who's working with him. He will ask him something in Swedish. They planned together. Just some fucking shithole asshole, man. Just some fake asshole scammer, and so many people working with him, so many supporting the scammer. And then one of the shitholes will ask me why I care. One of the fucking shithole working with him or supporting him will ask me why I care. What why I care, you fucking shithole? One of those fucking shit bitches working with him, one of the fucking shit bitches working with him or supporting him will ask me why I care. What why I care? He's scamming people, lying to people and scamming people, then she asked me why I care, this fucking shit bitch. There was one fucking shit bitch, she will ask me why I care. So no one should care. No one should care. We should just allow the scammers to scam people and no one should care. Like, we should just allow the scammers to scam people and no one should care. Fucking shitholes. And the live stream is full of assholes supporting the scammer. The live stream is full of fucking shitholes working together with the scammer and supporting the scammer. So many fucking assholes who are supporting the scammer or working together with the scammer. And there's only like 29 people or something on the chat like that. But all of them are working together with him or supporting him. Just some fucking asshole people. This is why you should all report those fake polyglot YouTubers. You should all report them. If you don't like what they're doing, if you don't like scammers, you have to report to scammers. You can see how annoying they are. You can see how fucking annoying they are. And people supporting them on the live stream, you can see how fucking annoying they are. They are very annoying and they will act as if they're not doing anything wrong and they don't care. That's why you should fucking report those fucking shitholes. Everyone have to report to scammers. Everyone have to report them. And you could see on the live stream, Richard Simcott looked a little bit scared when I say that I reported him. He looked a little bit scared. And one of those bitches who responded me, this Tiffany Hallmark, she asked me why I report him, or she asked me what's wrong and what he did wrong and like that. I think she's working with him and I think she got a little bit scared that I reported him. I'm going to report all of you fucking shithole polyglot YouTubers, all of you scammers, I will report you. And everyone watching now, I tell you, report them, report them. You can see how they act like they don't care. But in reality, they are afraid. In reality, they are afraid because they know that they're doing something very wrong. In reality, they are afraid. In reality, they are afraid because they know that they're doing something wrong. And they know if the police investigate them, they will go to jail. So you need to start reporting them. The reason that they have been scamming people for so many years is because no one is reporting them. The reason that they're scamming people for so many years is because no one is reporting them. So if you're watching now and you don't like what they're doing, then start reporting them. I promise you, if many people start reporting those polyglot YouTubers, then they will go to jail. I promise you. We all need to start reporting them so they can go to jail where they belong. And you can see they act like they don't care. But in reality, they are afraid, but they act like they don't care. They're very rude. They're very rude on the live stream and they act like they don't care. Because until now, they have been scamming people for so many years. That's why they don't care. And because there are many people helping each other and working together. It's like a very big scam society working together, helping each other to scam people. Everyone have to report them now. I'm so fucking tired of those fucking shitholes. If you're watching now, report them. I tell you, go to the internet and find those forms to report them. Find those websites where you can report them. You need to report those fucking shitholes. Report Richard Simcott, report Ollie Richards, report Benny Lewis, report Luca Lampriello, report Lindy Boats, report Steve Kaufman, report all of them. Report all of the Polyglot YouTubers, especially the famous one. You need to start reporting those fake shitholes. You need to start reporting them. I promise you, if many people report them, they will go to jail. So start reporting them. Do something about it. You can see how annoying they are. You can see how fucking annoying they are when you text them on the live stream. When I text them on the live stream, you can see how fucking annoying they are. And you can see before they attack my YouTube channel before and insult me on my YouTube channel and threaten me on my YouTube channel. You can see that they are very rude and very annoying people. They are very rude, very annoying people, and they don't care that they scam people. They don't care they scam people. They're so fucking annoying. They don't even care that they scam people. They're so fucking annoying shit people who don't care that they're scamming people. So start reporting them. Everyone start reporting them. Maybe you think that, oh, you're only one person, then it doesn't matter if you report them or not. But if everyone thinks same like you, that, oh, I'm only one person, nothing will happen if I report them, then no one is going to do anything. But if you start to report them, all of you, then something will happen and more people will report them. If more people report them, then something will happen. If more people report them, then something will happen. And maybe you think that you're only one person and nothing will happen. Just start by yourself. Start by yourself and do something and report them. Report as many Polyglot YouTubers you can do. Even if you think, oh, there's so many, you cannot report all of them. Just start by reporting 1 or 2 or 3 Polyglot YouTubers. And then after some days you can report another Polyglot YouTuber like that. Just start reporting those fucking shitholes. You can see how fucking annoying fuck shit they are. Those Polyglot YouTubers and people working with them. You can see how fucking annoying shit people they are. They're acting like, so what, we're not doing anything wrong, or we don't care, or so what, like that. They're acting like they don't fucking care. They're scamming people, and they keep scamming people for so many years, and same time they don't fucking care. Everyone should start reporting them. If you, one person, do something and report them, then there's a big chance also someone else will do the same. Just start by yourself. Start by yourself and report some of those fucking shithole scammers. Watch my other video where I tell you how to go to Google and find those websites where you can report scammers in different countries. And if you live in one of the countries where those scammers are living, then go to your local police or your local government and report them. If you already live in one of those countries where the Polyglot YouTubers are living, then go to the local police or the local government and report them, or ask them where you can report scammers. Do something about this. Do something about this. We need to put those fucking shitholes in jail. We need to put those fucking annoying fuck shitholes in jail. Those fucking shitholes. Those fucking annoying shitholes who act like they don't fucking care. They're scamming people for so many fucking years, and they act like they don't fucking care. And they ask me what's wrong with me, or what's the problem, or why I report them, or why I call them scammers or something like that. They act like nothing is wrong. Everyone start reporting those fucking shithole Polyglot YouTubers. Start reporting them to the police and government. Start reporting those fucking shitholes. Subscribe to my channel now. Remember, subscribe to my channel. See you. اشترك في القناة دلوقتي. افتكر اشترك في القناة. أشوفك. السلامة. Husk at abonnere på min kanal nu. Husk at abonnere. Vi ses. Abonnez-vous à ma chaîne maintenant. Abonnez-vous. Abonnez-vous à ma chaîne.